John Glover. Let's bring John in. Johnny! There he is. Everybody else calls him Glover. Glover. He says it's Glover. Don't believe him.
No, wait. Shakespeare's father was John.
You heard it from the source. Anywhere you want. Next up.
Don't say that to an actor.
He's one of the great, I consider him a fantastic utility player because he's been in 1,000 different shows. I love the guy, Mr. Aaron Ashmore.
Hi guys.
Still with those boyish Tim Nelson list.
How you guys feeling today? Nobody looks hungover? Is that okay, maybe a little hungover. Good morning!
They come to me.
Is this where we're sitting?
Next up,
I'm gonna sit on your knees.
she's super powered. Join me in a warm welcome for Laura Vanderbilt. Next up, the two ladies that vied for Clark's heart. Both fabulous. I mean, I would have taken them both. But first, let's bring out Miss Erica Durance. And the girl he left behind, Miss Kristen Crowe. She left me! I know. They were such a good couple.
Hi, everyone.
Awesome. And by the way, you two ladies were incredible last night. You were fantastic. Weren't they great? Thank you for joining the fun. All right. I think of this guy as the ringmaster. I mean, he's the villain that you hate to love, but you love him. Even when you hate him, you love him. And that's because we adore Michael. Michael Rosenbaum.
Oh, no. Gloria. Much smaller crowd than I thought, but hey, this is the gold customers. Love it. Freeze it.
All right, and then the man who is the legend. We absolutely adore him. What a fantastic guy. Mr. Tom.
Everybody's going to give a speech.
Thank you for being here, and remember, vote Lex in 2024. Honestly, it's a better choice than what we had.
We are going to start this thing as a frenzy. We have microphones on both sides, so we're going to take questions from both sides. Of course, Rosenbaum is going to interrupt about 1,000 times. But before we do that, would you guys indulge us? Just stand up. Everybody wants a photo. This is an incredible moment. I want a photo of myself, my son and me. So let's hear it for the incredible cast of Smallville, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and take the photos. We'll take a minute or two to take photos, and then we'll turn it over to them.
All right, now bring your cameras away.
Did everybody have fun last night? Wasn't that awesome? That was so much fun.
For those of you who weren't here,
Right here.
we always have silly faces.
Okay.
For those of you who weren't here last night, just want to This entire place was packed. It was awesome. It was almost too big, I think. We're gonna have to make adjustments.
What are we talking about?
Smallville nights. Remember we did that last night? And by the way, I'm pretty sure after Lexi gave her the kryptonite skin, Lana left Clark.
Oh, yes, she did.
All right.
I love how you both were annoyed with how I was reading. You're like, no! No! I was doing a good job. No!
It's the only thing I could think of. My brain just short circuited.
It was good. It was great. I love it. All right, question number 1.
Good morning. My name is Alani. I wrote down my question because I'm super nervous. I'm sure everyone has experienced both dreams and nightmares related to their job. For actors, I imagine that's messing up your lines or auditions. But I've always wondered if you've ever dreamed in the perspective of the character you've played.
Oh no, it's just terror. My work dreams are terror. I used to have them real bad. I don't have any more. But we do our podcast, and I had to learn that I can't oh, we're doing a podcast, so I have to watch this episode before I go to bed. I can't do that because I have Smallville work dreams. I don't have Clark Kent dreams. I have Tom Welling on set nightmares. I do, so I can't watch it at night.
You should see somebody about that.
No, I mean, I would get nervous sometimes at night. I wouldn't sleep well if I had a big scene or something like that. I would dream about, failing and not knowing my shit, But, yeah, I try not to dream about Smallville.
It doesn't have to be small.
I think there was one time that I had an extended, I'm the craziest one of us all, I think, anyway. But I did dream I was in a fight as Lois once, if that counts.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, because I did think that, of course. But I mean, that's the closest I got to dreaming as Lois, I suppose.
I used to dream about Michael all the time. Wondering what was going to happen the day when I played with him.
That does sound like a nightmare.
You shouldn't play with yourself like that.
No, he's always asking. I say, no, Michael, this is acting. And it's play, but it's not the kind of play you want.
Does he say, yes, Daddy?
I love how I look over and John's like, all right, next question.
Thank you.
Oh, I was
Oh,
going to say,
Aaron's
I
here.
still remember when I was shooting Smallville, for some reason, I would have nightmares about my teeth falling out. Because I had those. I was
What is that?
getting ready to go to work. Fear, lack of control, I think, is one of them. Anyways, that was a terrifying thing when I was doing it. I'd be pretending to brush my teeth or getting ready, and my teeth would fall out. And it happened all the time.
The irony about that though is working with you on set, you always seem so relaxed and prepared and fun.
Oh, it's terror inside me. It's a ball of anxiety and terror.
Performance anxiety, right, Michael?
Michael knows.
Yes. I mean, how long we all had it? No, I guess you're all too freaking cool then.
Okay, next question.
Hi guys, I'm Janine. Nice to meet you. My question is actually for Tom, but I did also want to say, Rosie, I'm really grateful to you for doing Inside of You. I think that podcast is amazing. COVID was a hellscape, and it would definitely help with perspective and get people in touch with their mental. And I lost my dad to lymphoma during COVID, so it actually was a really great way to just reconnect and be mentally prepared for what was coming in. So I'm really grateful for
Thank you, that means a ton to me.
I love you, Dad, so.
I'm sorry about your dad.
Oh no, but it's great because he's not suffering anymore and everything.
Amen.
So that's
Thank you so
a wonderful
much.
thing. But hi guys. How are you doing?
Why this early?
Oh, sorry guys. So full love and respect to all the gorgeous queens on stage. Michael, you too. I really like.
Pass it up.
It's a compliment. I really liked Clark's dynamic with Chloe the most, even though it wasn't really ever fully romantic. And I was wondering if you ever hoped that Alan Miles were more bold and creative with Clark's love life in between when Lana happened and should have ended maybe in season 5, and then ending up with Lois at the end.
To be very boringly honest, I didn't have the wherewithal or the perspective or the experience to ever really ask or think about those things. I mean, I was really just focused on the day's work or the episode's work. You know, some people are like, "Oh, did you know this would happen later?" No, I didn't know anything.
Right.
I didn't. I was sort of just treading water most of the time. And I think that, like, in the podcast, we're in season 5 now, and Clark, quote unquote, breaks up with Lana, or whatever. And they set it up pretty good that Clark needs some space for himself.
Right.
We'll see what happens from there, because I don't remember what happens. But no, I didn't have any, like, I didn't, like, call Al Miles and say, Clark needs a girlfriend, or something.
Well, and I love Talk, and I'm glad that you guys are going through the show now. You can have a different perspective and really get into it. So, love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Stephanie. My question is for Kirsten. I'm sorry, Kristen.
So that's all their worst.
So, Kristen, I've seen you in Smallville, Beauty and the Beast, and I love it when you get with the action and you're just kicking butt. Beauty and the Beast, it seemed like you got more chances to do that. So with all that training, do you think you could take Michael or Tom?
Michael for sure.
Maybe.
Michael.
I mean, Tom, there's no way. Tom, he's like grabbed my arm in a scene once, and I just had bruises.
Can you take his knees out?
Yeah, Michael, I don't know.
I'm feisty. I lose my cool.
Just chop him in his neck. He's down.
I play hockey and I wrestle. Don't F with me.
I will say this, we did an episode, I don't know, season 3 or 4, where we were like in China or something and you get possessed. And, you know, I had done some wire work on the show, but I'd never seen Kristen do any of it. I didn't know what represent. And she gets in there and they hook up these wires, and she just like flies through the air, and I was like,
I love wire work.
easy? She looks so easy.
She's tough. You are. You and Laura and Eric.
You guys are all tough.
The 3 of them are, honestly, I'm not just saying this, they're really tough. I've seen them on set. I've seen them, like, you're strong. You're strong women.
Yes. Thanks. Thank you, sir.
So, to steal a line from another creation event, girls get it done.
There you go.
I hope so.
We also fly, some of us. Some others don't. We're gonna take a picture. Hold on.
You go ahead, don't wait for him. I'm here all day.
You can ask the question. He's just gonna keep going.
Hi everyone, my name is Raj. I'm from Philadelphia. Thank you guys for an unforgettable weekend.
Sorry about last night.
You guys did 22 episodes a year, which looking back is insane. In the modern age of streaming, series are usually 8 to 12 episodes a season. From a storytelling perspective, and this is for everyone to chime in, as well as an acting perspective, which do each of you prefer if you had the choice of 8 modern versus 22?
8.
Creatively 8, financially 22.
I think as actors, a lot of us prefer 8, but there is something fun about a 22-episode season, and these guys are watching all the episodes, so maybe I'm being too idealistic here. But there are filler episodes that you would never get in 8 episodes that are ridiculous and fun and become iconic. And I don't think you have any as an actor. I don't know if it's the most enjoyable experience, but again, it's a steady job. But yeah, I think there's something to be said about it.
There's also a lot of shitty episodes. May I bring thirst to your attention?
Yes, thirst wouldn't have happened.
I would say the other thing that happens in those experiences is like you'll get something and you'll be like, okay, they're saving money on this one. This is really weird. I'm a weird wax job. It's like you try to meet this challenge, and if there's even like a glimmer of success in any moment, it almost feels like a better achievement than when you have something that's spoon-fed to you that's amazing.
Yeah, I think, you know,
I don't know, that's how I
22, look, we all had supporting parts, but 22 for someone who's in every scene is daunting as hell, and I don't wish that on anyone. I mean,
I wouldn't do it again.
Do you exist inside of your body? Were you even present? Yeah.
That's why I don't remember a lot of it.
Yeah, you just checked out.
It was good that they didn't make you talk too much, right? Like, you know,
No,
seriously, like you could go in and like you had a couple
Sometimes you
of
did.
No,
Rewatching the show, I like watch you, and I'm like, you had some dialogue and these walk-in talks and things. I'm like, you learned that on the fly,
Yeah, you
and
did.
that's like, you know, working 14 hours a day and doing that. That's a lot, man.
I think it was more than 14-hour days a lot of the time too.
Beginning.
Oh, yeah, God.
Marshall's correct.
I didn't know any better. I didn't know any better.
Yeah, you got thrown into it, right, Tom? Sort of just like...
Every single person there had more experience than me. Chris had everybody was on the TV show. Erica, you had more experience than me when you came. Well, no. Well, I just remember that I'd been on the show for a couple of years when you came on. That's all. But yeah, I mean.
Tried to do it now though, like 22.
No.
Now you feel
I
like
wouldn't.
not happening.
Well, it's a marathon, right? Like when you talk to people and say like, you know, you grind for 10 months and then you have these 2 months off to recuperate to then just do it again for 10 years in a row, like that is a serious marathon.
I mean, it literally, your work becomes your life and your life ceases to exist.
Yeah.
It's like that for crew
I
too.
mean, poor me. I don't mean that. I mean, there's other people out there with jobs that work those hours and actually save people's lives. So, you know, I don't want to complain too much. But I just was young and dumb. Full of
testosterone.
Did that answer your question?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We're trying to be quicker. Next question, please. Directed towards John Glover and Maura.
Yes, hello. This question is actually for all of you, not just John Glover, all of you. First things first, Aaron, I heard your birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Aaron. Happy birthday to you.
Wait, is it your brother's birthday too?
Happy birthday to Sean.
I'll pass it on now, Sean, guys. Thank you very much. I will. I'll pass it on.
Okay, so my question is, as an actor, which season do you feel was your best season?
6. 7. I just hopped in and out. So 7.
9.
8.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you just get better and better as an actor. I think so. Probably 7 I was probably the most confident. I think so. 7 maybe.
That's when I met you. That was your most confident level.
You strengthened me.
Yes. No comment.
John was amazing every scene, every episode of you.
I started to change. What I liked about what they did for me, that when it started, the pilot, it was like I was a cliche bad father, and I thought this is not going to be fun. So, but he's my son, and I love him. He was a weakling, and so I decided to be a stern father who loved my son. I mean, who else would give a son his electric shock treatment?
Only a good father.
Just to make him stronger. So, yeah. So that's what, but I love, I mean, when I first started playing with Michael, he would play so much I wanted to wring his neck. But then I realized that was his legs. And so I brought him, I love, by the end.
You love me, just say you love me.
I do. I love playing with you. You are nasty-minded. Very, very nasty of you. Stand up. Stand up. Oh, I'll be switchered. My mother used to say that. I'll be switchered. What do you think that meant?
Get a switch.
I don't know. We'll talk about it.
You did a good job as a father. You ran for president. Kind of.
Did it answer a question for you? Do you feel satisfied?
Yes.
Okay, guys. Next question.
Hi
Hi guys, my name is Sindhu. Thanks so much for an amazing weekend. My question is for the entire cast. Rewatching my favorite episodes this week, I realized that many of the songs and the episodes were so beautiful. I feel like modern shows don't really use great bands like Coldplay and U2 in the scenes anymore. And I wanted to know what your thoughts were on Smallville music and if you thought it added value on top of your incredible acting, of course.
Definitely. I mean, where I really saw it was when I would direct an episode, I would go down and do the edit of the scenes, and I'm like, yeah, and the editors would be like, hold on, put some version of music over it, and it really and it really just helps the emotionality of the scene. It's very effective. And the reason why some songs are in and some aren't is a lot of times cost. Like, it costs a lot of money to get like a U2 song.
Yeah, like that song that Johnny Cash did, we covered U2 with me and John running the Straight Jacket, Hurt. That was like freaking epic. That was an epic song. So it's so important.
That is budget oriented, all of it.
They played, you know, that song, how does it go? Hurt by U2. I lost myself today.
I didn't watch the show.
Then why did you ask?
It would make me self-conscious if I walked my dog.
No, I just wanted to be there.
I get it.
Absolutely, I didn't know her.
Next question.
Good morning. My name's Jennifer. Good morning. Hi. My question is for all of you, and it is, if you could go back in time and tell your future self something like a life lesson, what would you tell yourself?
How much time do you have?
I think I was very nervous joining the cast season 7 and questioned everything I did and constantly thought I was going to get fired. So I would go back in time and tell myself, it's okay, you know what you're doing, you belong here, you deserve to be here.
Nice.
I mean, listen, these are funny questions because it's not. It doesn't make any sense, actually, the question, with all due respect. Because I can't go back and tell myself, but I think what I would have liked back then is a better understanding to enjoy myself. I don't think I really enjoyed myself.
Yeah, I think
I was too busy, I was too like wrapped up, and I think I would, if I could go back, I would just be like, dude, chill. Like, take a minute, this is kind of cool what you're doing. Like, remember to have fun with it.
Yeah, I think that's important, Tom. I insist on having fun. In your life, you just have to, anything you do, you have to add an element of fun. And if it's not going to be fun, don't do it, unless, of course, you have to do it. But try to enjoy your life, enjoy the time you have, and try to be present. They always say that, but like, how many times are we somewhere when we're just thinking we're somewhere else, we wish we were somewhere else?
What was that thing you told me you heard about the past and present?
Oh, yeah, he was talking about
My therapist.
Yeah. No, this is good.
My therapist is no longer with me anymore. He didn't die. I fired him. He said to me, he said this. He said, Michael, you have 1 foot in the past, and you have 1 foot in the future, and you are pissing on the present. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Did he actually tell you that? That's actually pretty
Yes.
That's interesting.
Right? You're pissing.
That sounds really interesting.
It is. My dog.
I want to piss on the present.
Can we talk about why you fired your therapist?
All right, next question.
Hey, morning. So obviously many of us were introduced to you all as actors through Smallville, and yet you've had meaningful work beyond that show. And so in that vein, and this is a question for all of you, I wondered if each of you could share a movie or show that you admire from at least one of your fellow castmates on stage.
I got one because I just watched Laura in a movie called Kill Victoria, which is like a small independent film, and she plays this really, really, what I think difficult character to play, where there's a lot of anonymity into like ambiguity is what I was looking for. About where she's coming from and where her characters and everybody else is sort of projecting their opinions onto her. So to play that, I thought was really, really interesting, and she did an amazing job. So, go Victoria.
I think you in all your things, Burden of Truth. And then your new show that's coming out, I gotta work with you.
Yeah, and you're also very good in that.
Michael was in Pool Hall Junkies, which is a very favorite movie.
Thanks, dude.
Not because he's in it, but he's in it.
I like Michael in Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil too. That was a good.
You saw that? Of course. Thanks, man. 100%. I like John Glover in everything. Yeah, but I've seen him on Broadway. Maybe it was off.
Next question. I think we all got a chance.
Tom, you have a new show coming out.
This weekend, I
I
think.
didn't see Professionals. I want to see that one.
Oh, thanks,
How was it?
Where do you go?
I think it was wonderful, wasn't it?
What's your new one coming out, like, very soon?
It's coming out next Friday. It's called Mafia Wars.
Yeah.
Action. Play a good guy doing bad things in Rome.
Isn't that a good guy? Isn't that a good guy?
He's trying to save his niece's heart.
There's still some honor.
Yeah. So I liked you in the one that the hospital after Kennedy, it was about the doctors.
Oh, yeah.
Parkland, about the doctors after the Kennedy assassination. You're
But
awesome.
you're in your, I watched your scene with Kevin Costner in your football.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I was like, hey,
That's the one you saw?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I actually saw that movie. Why?
That would have been the one.
That's a backhanded
Did you recognize me, or was it a surprise?
No, I think I recognized. Of course I recognized.
All right, you said next question. Next question.
Thanks.
Hi everyone, my name's Nikki. My question's for Tom and Rosie, but it's more so if you've seen the show, you can chime in. So I'm on my third rewatch of the show. My mom's still on her first watch. Every time I watch it, I listen to the theme song. 9 times out of 10, she skips it. So with Tom and Rosie, with you guys rewatching the podcast, are you guys theme song skippers?
Oh, I skip it.
Skip it.
Well, just because a lot of times we're watching the episode because no, it's just talking about Somebody Save Me, the theme song of the show.
Oh, Smallville.
Yeah.
We're for a Smallville.
A lot of times it's like, oh, we have to do 2 podcasts tomorrow. The kids are asleep, and I gotta.
And I fast forward through like a lot of it. Some stuff. So I gotta get through them.
Whenever he's not on screen.
I was just gonna say that.
No. I watch everybody's scene. No, he's talking about the performance. I'm talking about like fight scenes, like, it was a little much, like when someone's fighting and you got like an axe down a hallway and you're like,
You didn't watch that?
Chloe. I watched it. It was pretty intense, but then I started to go, okay, wow.
I get it.
Yeah. I do that.
You do have to move pretty fast for you, so I understand.
Yeah.
This is true. You got the concept moving on.
But I definitely enjoy your performances.
Yeah.
There's another thing that I do a lot of times when I read scripts, is if it's a fight sequence, the first time I'm reading a script, I'll skip that.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna change. It won't be what it is. And that's what I'm looking for when I'm reading a script, looking for more character and who these characters might be, as opposed to how they're gonna fight.
Next question.
Fair enough, thank you.
Thank you. Right over
I
here.
think we have like 5 minutes. So.
Is that Bob? Bob Newton.
Sorry, Bob.
Order date you want.
This is a question for John. I'm going to follow up on Pat. He took us down a nice road. John.
Yes, sir.
I love you, but I didn't like you for a while. You scared me. Alan Rainer.
Here's your microphone.
I like to scare people. Sort of my thing.
Alan Rainer.
I just watched 52 Pickup night before last. I haven't seen it for 31 years.
Where?
Boy, was I a motherfucker.
Dude, it was so funny. I said to John, I know, but hang on. I said to John, I said, you are really good in that. He goes, I know! Really good!
But I didn't realize how good. I I surprised myself when I watched it.
You were good.
But it was.
What's your question?
Where did the evil come from? How could you do that to Anne Margaret?
You know, Anne Margaret, we did a read of the play before, of the script before. She came over, and I was so excited to work with Anne Margaret. I thought, oh my God, maybe we'll become friends. Well, after we did the reading, she came over and she said, John, look, I'm not a trained actor. And you remind me of one of my dancers, and I love him so. So, would you, whenever you're with me, could you just stay in character, please? And I thought, oh, go. I'm never going to. So I just stayed away from her. I mean, she's so sweet and nice, and I played such a son of a bitch in that character. Oh my God, but did I have fun playing him?
You did. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if you have children and you want to watch the movie, don't let them see it. I mean, it's almost, but it's a really, John Frankenheimer directed it, and it's a, such a nasty man.
Next question. That was great. That was great.
Hi, my name is Lila, and my question is, what was the most difficult part about playing your characters on and off screen?
John, start. We'll go down the line. What was your the most difficult part about playing your character?
I was too happy. It didn't seem difficult. I mean, I had a blast every time I played with one of you. Stop it!
It's a Sunday, too.
Going to church this morning? Okay. Who didn't go to church today? All right. At least you're honest.
Aaron, what was your most difficult?
I think, I don't know about difficult, but something that I noticed is that Jimmy was pretty self-conscious, so I had to keep tuning into that all the time, which I felt to be kind of difficult because it doesn't feel good to kind of, you know what I mean? I was like, every time I try and play something a little more confident or whatever, they'd be like, no, he's way more self-conscious and stuff. So after doing that for a while, I kind of started taking that on a little bit over and over again. So that was kind of a hard thing. After I was done playing Jimmy, I had to like kind of shake it all off.
I mean, this is kind of a joke answer, but probably the wardrobe was the most difficult part. And then them fitting the harness underneath that said wardrobe to fly. There wasn't a lot of room. It was a bit uncomfortable, but like the rest of it was a joy. But I would say the wardrobe was the most difficult part.
You piqued my interest.
I mean, the Daisy Dukes in a crop top don't really help with double harnessing underneath somehow. But they invented a new harness just for the wardrobe, so.
Really? Tell me more.
That's
a gist of it.
Yeah. So that was it.
I think for me, actually, it was they had her making a lot of different transitions always, and she was always doing something different. Although I liked it, there was a level of energy and positivity and kind of almost mania that I had to bring to it for myself to be able to go from here to here and fight and laugh and all of that kind of stuff. And there are aspects of me that are very, very shy. So I actually found that I had to kind of step into this more extroverted version of me. And sometimes I got tired.
I don't want to do it no more.
I'm going to go with off screen, because there were lots of challenging things, obviously, on camera, but I think becoming famous was really tough. That was really, really crazy, those first couple of years. And then it, evened out, whatever, but those first two was wild. Yeah, that was challenging.
I'm freezing.
It's so cold.
It's really cold.
I'm actually a little cold. That never happens. So.
I think the only thing I think of is I always was trying to be great. I was always trying to be perfect. I was always trying to be, and I think I obsessed over it, trying with my performance and things. And I just.
So was Lex, by the way. So
yeah, but I just, that was the toughest part, was just letting go and just saying, hey, you got it there. Just do your best and move on. And it took me a long time to sort of figure that out.
Well, the funny thing about acting is one of the first things they tell you is that if you're happy with your performance, then you're not in it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a weird conundrum. That's why you have people around you to say, hey, that was great, we got it, let's move on. Because the actor, you shouldn't really, you're not supposed to have an opinion about it. You're supposed to just let it fly. I mean, listen, it was all art, but at the same time, it had to be what it was.
Yeah.
To get us here now. That's kind of how I think about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's,
Felt like
it was
Kristen,
all chill.
Kristen was, I always felt like you just, you know, you cared and you did it, but you also felt like you let it go. Like you just went home, you're like, hey, I'm not gonna ask, I'm not gonna talk about it, it is what it is.
Yes, to a degree, but I also didn't have the avenues to exert control in the ways that you two did. I didn't perceive that I had the avenues to do so. So it was a little bit different. Kind of wash your hands and open your walk home. But I wasn't number one on the call sheet. It changes everything. I think when you're a more supporting character, it seems to walk away.
Next question.
Well, forgive me, they pulled the plug on us.
No!
But please join me in thanking our wonderful cast of the